Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Taurus, September 2, 2022. You're learning a lot about your inner motivations and psychology at this time, and today is no exception. The moon heads into your privacy sector, prompting a need for more time to reflect and detox on an emotional level. You're especially comfortable with your innermost feelings, and you have a strong drive to better yourself through this self-understanding. With the Sun and Pluto heading into alignment, a light shines on some of your deeper ambitions, fears, and anxieties, primarily related to your health, daily routines, work, and service. You could feel compelled to resolve a complicated matter or rework something inside out or top to bottom. Your intuition is louder than you feel comfortable admitting. This is especially true when considering the moon's transit through Libra in your 12th house of closure, dreams, hidden agendas, and life behind the scenes. Already coupled? Mercury will station retrograde in Aquarius via your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others. Think before you say something you don't mean unless you want to go ahead and get the closure you need. The moon will also form a harmonious trine to Jupiter via your 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and soulmate connections, presenting you with an opportunity to merge with your lover's mind, body, and soul. Because Mercury retrograde continues to square Uranus retrograde, you might be unsure of what to commit to in your career, especially if you are trying to accomplish something or further your professional public image. Be open to any insights or revelations that could come up during this square. You might come across an innovative means of furthering your professional development, but, first, you must be open to a different perspective or method. It could look like an unlikely partnership or contract with someone you would have never considered until now. As the moon not only returns for its first visit to an intuitive and imaginative part of your chart for the year, but to begin the moon, it moves straight into a friendly aspect to lucky Jupiter in your financial sector. This is the moon's first visit since Jupiter's return and can fuel your financial confidence, instincts, and imagination. Don't expect any comfort from your family right now. The many little annoyances you're confronted with won't make you feel better anyway. Take a positive, laid-back attitude. If you stubbornly stick to your views, conflicts will escalate and your mistakes won't be so quickly forgiven. If you are willing to compromise, everything will be fine. A so-called friend is trying to step on your turf, and you'll need to check that soon. You have to take a few giant steps back and take a look at what's going on around you. One way to alleviate the stress you might feel is to approach life in a more playful way and try to brighten up your situation, but don't expect to receive too much credit for your efforts. Instead, whatever you do, you're scrutinized, your motives examined, and you find yourself having to defend all your actions. Today's transit makes you feel relaxed and easygoing. This is a wonderful feeling. As long as you keep yourself active, it can quickly turn gluttonous and lazy if you are not careful. Short, intense workouts are favored so that you can burn off the steam that naturally builds up throughout the day without excuses. Stay away from heavy foods like bread, dairy, and red meat. Enjoy fresh produce, soups, and legumes for energy that won't slow you down. You may find that the fun you planned for today is suddenly geared more towards a family event. That is the nature of this day, and it is exposing you to its true meaning. You may find a lot of excitement in viewing the world through a child's eyes. What a wonderful way to experience things anew. The environment you are exposed to may well be group-oriented, focusing on fun and excitement. It is not necessarily one that takes you too far away from your home turf. While your attention will be drawn in many directions today, the most urgent is Venus and Mars' last full day in your career sector. While Venus has been here for the last 4 months, Mars for the last 6 weeks, and they have been aligned for nearly 3 weeks, from tomorrow the push to get this professional year up to speed will end, and it will become more about the journey. In all your personal and professional goals and ambitions, today is about not just focusing on what excites you but daring to believe in what's possible. Having the moon in Aries as Venus and Mars spend their last full day in a competitively charged part of your chart and prepare to move to a more social and serendipitous part tomorrow is a huge advantage. The planets of love and passion are as tightly aligned now as they have been, and thanks to the moon you are emotionally engaged. Our eyes in the sky. An opposition between the Scorpio moon early this morning helps us reconnect with our pride. However, this unbalanced aspect between the moon and Saturn could make it difficult to shed sorrows from the past. Remember that all forms of healing take time, and that it's okay to enjoy life and feel happy even when there are still aspects of your psyche that experience pain or sadness. Luckily, as afternoon rolls in, we'll be able to shake off any funky feelings from earlier in the day, as the void of course moon gives us the energy and ego boost we've been waiting for. Allow yourself to feel confident about yourself and your goals. This is also a great time to reassess or revise any passion projects. Don't hold back, get moving toward the things you want. The energy here is very creative, so get experimental with your hobbies and express your artistic side. As nighttime creeps in, the moon moves into Virgo, giving us some much-needed organizational energy. Use tonight to check your schedule and make to-do lists for the coming days. In the morning, the Scorpio moon opposes Saturn in Aquarius, dampening our spirits. Others fail to give us our due, excluding us from social situations. Perhaps our friends or colleagues are unable to see how our talents could benefit the group, or we are otherwise prevented from participating due to ill will. On a more mundane level, we could be physically distanced from our communities now. Naturally, loneliness can weigh on our hearts, but we will do little to ingratiate ourselves to others by dredging up drama or adopting a "woe is me" approach to the issue at hand. If we really want to show our stuff, we are better off assessing our attitude. Remember, you do not have to be for everyone at all times. The moon begins its void of course following this aspect, lasting until the late afternoon. Instead of airing grievances or blaming others for wounding our pride, we might determine where our gifts and talents will make the most impact. In the late afternoon, the moon enters Virgo, ending its void of course. Over the next 2 days, our emotional terrain is governed by logic and precision. We feel our best when our routines are fleshed out. This way, we can manage tasks without succumbing to overwhelm. While this impulse to organize can help us streamline our daily lives and handle our business efficiently, life often proves unpredictable. If we are unable to rise to the occasion at a moment's notice, we should remind ourselves that we are doing the best we can under the circumstances. Discernment will get us everywhere, but overanalysis can devolve into tunnel vision.